So, Marcela, how are you implementing? and you talked about your core agent that you're deploying, right?
Scarlet.
That's Scarlet.
Girl.
That is going Scarlet girl that orchestrates everything else. So how is Scarlet helping to reduce cost and bring in more money?
I couldn't agree more. It's all about efficiency of human capital.
Mm-hmm.
So we believe every small business owner wears hats. The CEO hat, the CMO hat, the CFO hat. COO hat, did I say that one already? Mm-hmm. You've got the CSO. They don't even know, small business owners tend not to know what all these things are, but we come from enterprise and we know what each of those roles mean and the supporting actors, if you will, beneath each of those. If a business owner is not thinking through each hat consistently, growth stops. It's a machine, it's a clock. It has to function that way. So as a COO, our job is to make sure that clock is functioning. And because we have this experience, we understand the actors underneath it. I agree with you. Not every single actor needs to be a full-time actor, but the people that you have, that important human capital, must be used efficiently. So what we do is make sure that those efficiencies are in place. Every business is different, but if we can minimize the amount of time they're worried about the tasks that they hate doing, stick their head in the sand to do, because they're not the CFO. I don't want to do my books. I don't want to sit with my bookkeeper and prepare for tax season, right? If we can remove that, if Scarlet, if you will, AI can remove that fear or that roll of the eye moment, we're already saving you stress and we're saving you bad use of time. So I'm with you. That to me is the most important thing that I've seen coming out of this. So what does that mean? That means that when we interview as a fractional COO, we come in with our frameworks, we ask the questions that we ask everybody. I can very quickly tell, human to human, where you have fears, where you're sticking your head in the sand, and we pull those out right away. The beauty of AI is I don't have to give you the same report as I give another customer. I can name that report differently. I can deliver that report in the language that you use with parentheses. This is margin. This is cash flow. So that the owner becomes confident in the data that they're reviewing. Data is the most critical component to any business, and most business owners are not trained to do government work, drones, government contract. That's not what they're there to do. They want to mow lawns. They want to deliver their architectural designs. They want to they want to do a great job being general contractors. They don't want to have to remember those things. So the job of AI is to help you manage across those things so that the human capital that you have supporting them learns and is efficient in doing it. And so that you can roll up all of that information into digestible chunks of content that you actually don't hate to look at every 2 weeks, every month, whatever that time frame is. So that's the job I think that we can all do for these small business owners. So back to how we do that, I think the most critical example I can give you is the Know Your Numbers framework for these business owners. We uncover bookkeeping issues. We uncover lack of data entry where it should go. Why? Because AI can tell you those things. In the past, you would have to pay $175 to $300 an hour for a CPA to look at your books, and that's going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. You do need a CPA for tax strategy. You do need a CPA for planning purposes. You do not want to pay a CPA to just take a look at your books every month. Your bookkeeper's cheaper than a CPA. So it's not that you don't need those people. It's what are they telling you and how are they describing it to you? So those functions, those hats, and the reporting and the activity underneath them can be automated so that you're making the right growth decisions for the business. And that's what we focus on. So we audit, we make sure that the reporting and the activity makes sense in the timeframes in which the business needs. So if, going back to the marketing hat, the CMO hat, if you have a website and you are not updating it at least weekly now, you're not going to show up on search. Do you really want your employees worried about whether or not you're publishing a blog post every week in the right voice, SEO optimized, et cetera, et cetera? You don't have to. You're now spending 2 hours a month instead of 20 hours a month doing marketing planning. So it changes how you use your time. And what does that employee now get to do if she's not posting to a blog and worrying about publishing to social X times a week? She gets to use her brain for much cooler things. You're going to retain your employees. Google and the search engine are going to find your business. And the same thinking can be applied across every piece of your operations. So finding those efficiencies is our number one job, and then executing them across each of those small businesses the way they need could only be done because of AI now. How many hours would we spend doing this in consulting? I mean,
Right.
onboarding a client, how long did you say? I'm like, oh, I can't believe I just onboarded someone this fast. This, even for ourselves as consultants, onboarding used to take 15, 20 hours, and you could never bill enough for that. Right. You know you can never bill enough for that. You gave them a fee, and because you love what you're doing, you ended up spending 50 hours and you billed 20.
Right.
We all did that. Here we are.